Hey folks, it's Marvin Cash, the host of The Articulate Fly, and we're back with another Tip of the Mitt Fishing Report with Brian Kosminski at True North Trout. How you doing, Kaz?
I am excellent, Mr. Cash. How are you?
As always, just trying to stay out of trouble. And, it's funny. This is the first time since we've been recording fishing reports that I'm actually envious of your weather. It's in the 90s here today.
And we barely hit 60, and we had temperatures drop in the 30s last night. We had frost warnings across northern Michigan, and it's kind of put a little stopper on our bug and fishing action. After last week, we had 90-degree temperatures, which kind of went in full gear real quick for a moment. But this is Michigan. This is how this plays out, right?
Yeah, I was getting ready to say, so the Hendrickson hatch is no longer on fire, as they say.
Not on fire. It just got going, and fish didn't know to look up because we were getting water temps today. I had on the Manistee 51 to 52. Jordan yesterday was 48, 47. And last week they were pushing, I heard the north branch of the Asable, some spots were close to 60 degrees. So the fish just don't know what season it is. And now it's back down again. But we had tons of bugs. Saturday night we floated, we did yellow tree section, and I saw tons of little mahoganies, the Paraleptophlebas, and a couple of sulfurs, and maybe some light Cahills mixed in. Tons of caddis, black caddis everywhere. If you're not throwing a caddis, I don't know what else you could be doing. But we had most of our luck during the day. Saturday we had a little bit of a thunder shower burst on us. We were throwing streamers, and then we saw a few rises, and our best luck was a buddy of mine in the Uper fly guy ties this purple Roberts Adams and a sparkle purple haze. We call it the disco haze, and that produced fish all day long.
Yeah, the purple haze is it's not a joke. I've known about that fly for a while, and it's a killer.
There is correct, and I think it fits. If you get the right size, if you got small bugs and you're throwing 16s and 18s, they'll hit. If you see something big and you throw a 12, they're going to come up and play. And I think you can cover a lot of bases with a purple haze these days. But as far as the streamer action, when we're trying to fish in between the hatches, the winning guys on Saturday were throwing Clousers for the win, and they were getting deep and they were getting dirty. And most of the colors were, go guess, olive and white. Olive was the main color for the day.
Yeah, well, there you go. And speaking of flies, what are you tying your NorAdvice these days?
I tied up a couple Clousers last night just in honor of the gentleman from Grand Rapids that came up that, the old classics work for a reason. There's no reason we need to totally reinvent the wheel when they work. So they're quick and easy. They're kind of a guide fly, and they cross multiple different fish boundaries. You can catch bass, you can catch trout, you can catch whatever swims.
Yeah, and if you subscribe to Fish TV, they've got Bob's original hour and 45-minute long Clouser minnow. I guess it was probably a VHS tape back in the day, but it's really awesome.
I remember. Yeah. It is awesome. I remember seeing him go through step by step why he picks what hair, where he puts it, and it's amazing. It's very intuitive. Yeah.
So folks, if you're subscribed to that, you ought to check it out. And, we want to thank our friends at NorAdvice. They generously sponsor the fishing report. And if show season is over, but if you go to www.nor-vice.com, you can check out all the cool products. And, we were talking before we started recording, and you were telling me that you're actually going to be showing off the NorAdvice here in the very near future at Schultz's.
Absolutely. Schultz has demo days June 4th. All day, I will be down there with the NorAdvice, spinning up some flies and casting some rods. So come out and join us if you want to see a whole bunch of fun, fishy guys down in Ypsilanti.
Yeah, there you go. And, got a question for you, and got someone who's super eager about mouse fishing. So, Alex reached out and he wants to know, your top mouse patterns, your line and leader setup. So this guy's hardcore mouser.
Oh, you can really... A lot of times I will use a Scientific Angler's bass leader, get it in 0X, and you can use an 8-foot, or sometimes we'll use an old streamer leader cut down. Save your old leaders that you've cut down because that shorter section, all it needs to be is 6 feet. And we're throwing One of my favorites is the Lynch's white belly mouse that fly produces, and I love it in black and olive. I don't think the color matters at night. The fish aren't looking at what color it is. And of course, you've also got the Master Splinter from the ever famous Joe Cermelli, and there's a whole bunch of other ones out there. As long as you've got some foam and some rabbit mixed in there, and it's on top, and it makes a good wake, I think that's a winning pattern.
Yeah, I was getting ready to say, right, the natural stuff gives you that smack, right? And then the foam gives you the wake, right?
Exactly. And you want it to swim just in the surface, almost, half under, half above, so it actually makes that wake right. It has that weight. I agree.
Yeah, and so are you kind of fishing it and dead drifting it and twitching it, or are you basically quartering it downstream and bringing it back to you?
Totally depends on the river that you're on and the quarters that you're in. So when we're fishing on the Jordan, you don't have much opportunity but to slap it in front of you, and you can only work from 11 o'clock to 1 o'clock. So you're kind of just like working left or right across the main center channel of the river because of all the cedars that are overhanging. But if you're on bigger open waters like the Manistee offers, where there's some open sandy areas, you can put it off to the left and 45 it and let it drift across and give it some small twitches as it's swimming.
Yeah, well, there you go. Well, folks, we love questions on the articulate fly. You can email them to us. You can DM us on social media. You can even drop them in the comments to our social media posts, whatever works best for you. If we use your question, I will send you some articulate fly swag. We enter in a drawing for some cool TNT swag, as well as a $100 gift certificate from our friends at NorAdvice. And before I let you hop this evening, Kai, you want to let folks know, where they can find you? Because I know the front part of your guide calendar is pretty full, but you probably got some space later into the season, don't you?
Absolutely. Once we get done running around the country, the fall season can be awesome for streamers. You can also find me on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, and recently just got on the TikTok kick. Are you doing the TikTok thing?
I have not gone down the TikTok rat hole yet.
I hate to say it, but it's people are interested and they like seeing fun fishing videos. So it's fun to do. I'm learning. It's always a learning process. There's no right or wrong. It's always fun. Keep it light and lively. Sometimes we take this a little bit too serious, right?
Yeah. Well, I guess maybe when I'm ready to lip sync from the Backstreet Boys, I'll get a TikTok account.
I'll make sure I wait for that one.
There you go. Well, listen, folks, you owe it to yourself to get out there and catch a few. Tight lines, everybody. Tight lines, Kaz.
Great. Have an awesome week. I'll talk to you later.
Take care.